Hold on. Yes. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Can you guys hear me? Okay, good.
Good evening, Professor.
How you doing?
Not bad, not bad. How are you?
Okay.
Hi, Professor. Good evening.
Hi. How you doing, Beta?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. What's going on?
Everything is great. Enjoying the weather.
Yeah, very nice, right?
It's the best. I love spring.
Okay. That's a great thing.
Yeah, it's so nice outside. I'm so happy.
How is my buddy there doing? How is she doing? I can't think of her name right now. Jennifer,
Danielle.
Danielle. How's she
Danielle.
doing?
She's doing great. She's actually graduating after this semester.
And when do you graduate?
Hopefully, one semester after that in the summer.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell her you asked about her.
I will. Okay, give her my best, please.
Okay. Yes, will
All
do.
right.
Thank you.
Okay. We're starting soon.
Good evening, Professor. How are you? How are you feeling?
Well, that was good. Good. How are you today?
We're doing well. You're looking good. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Um, let's get started on what I wanted to say is that we're a little bit ahead of schedule. We're a little bit ahead of schedule because the term ends in about a month and a half. So we're running a little bit ahead of schedule. And what I want to do is that um, I want to, once we finish with all the chapters, I want to go back and I'm going to review. I know some of you are better than others, but I wanted to spend like maybe 2 weeks in review. That I want everybody to do well in this exam. I want everybody to do well. So we might end up doing like 2 weeks of review. Some of you who already know it, will say, oh, I don't want to, you don't want to participate. I get it because you're going over the same things over and over and over again. But I find with finance, right? You can never be too careful. I've had students who did really well on the midterm and bombed out on the final. I've had that happen. Really well on the midterm and then bombed out because they thought they had it. And then all of a sudden, all hell broke loose and they didn't do well. And then I've had students who didn't do well on the midterm and did very well on the final. And I want everybody to do well in this class. It's not about me, it's about you, So without any more, I just want to say, I want to spend 2 weeks on review, right? We might finish a little earlier than before, whatever it is, but coming down to the tail end, I want us to really, really bog down on this and get this down to a science. Okay, so let's start with this homework assignment. Let me bring it up here. I'm going to show you how to do these things. Hold on. Okay, so look at this. You're consider a 25-year bond with a face value of 1,000 that has a coupon rate of 57 with semi-annual payments. What is the coupon payment for this bond? So let's look at this, right? So I know that 5.7%. I know that 5.7% of $1,000 is $57, right? And I know that half of 57, I believe, would be 23.50, right? So I know that this coupon payment, right? I believe that would be 23.50, right? Wait a minute, whoa. Is that right? What's half of 57? Huh?
20,
26.
28,
20, what is it?
28.
You sure about that?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Good. Good. Now, look at this and tell me which one best suits this cash flow. What we've gone over before. I can't see that. You got to say something. I can't see it.
See?
C, C,
See?
yes.
I don't know. Nope.
B.
That's right. Good. Now remember what happens, right? 25 semi-annual adds up to 50 payments, right? There are 2 6 months in each year. So 25 times 2 is 50. Now always remember when a bond is paying back, and it's maturing, its last payment is the future value, the face value, and then the amount of the bond. The coupon payment. So these two things never changes on the bond. This and this. These two things. The coupon payment and the face value. Okay? So it looks something like this. Now, when you're doing the homework, right, I want you to understand what you're doing, right? Always remember this right here is the percentage, right? So if it's $1,000, you don't need to be you know it's going to be 57 bucks, whatever this is. If it says 28, you know it's 280, and so on, right? And so on, right? 25 will be 250, and so on, right? For this amount. Okay. I want to show you something. Okay. Can everybody see this?
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody sees this. Okay. This is your give me question on the exam. This is your give me question. Your give me question, as I say, gimme question on the exam. Everybody should get this right. Okay? When a bond, this is the face value. I moved it up, right? We skipped. We're going to go back and finish. When a bond is selling below face value, right? It's selling at a discount, right? When a bond is selling above its price, above this right here, above the, turn off the mics, please. It's selling at a premium.
Professor,
Sorry,
I
Professor
think
Murray.
I can't see your screen anymore, and it's not only me, some other students.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it either.
All right, let me log out. Hold on. How about now?
Oh, we see you now.
We see you now.
I don't want you to
Yes,
see me. I want you to see the screen.
Now we see the screen.
Okay, good. Don't worry about me. All right. So let's go back to this. Okay. Okay. So when the face value, there are prices of several bonds with the face value. Anything below the face value is known as a discount. Anything above the face value is known as premium. Anything as the same price as the face value is known as par. This is a discount. These two are premiums, and this is par. All you have to do for the exam is to answer this question, right? I'm going to do it. Is to answer this question this way. Okay? This, everybody should get this right. Okay? when you buy a bond, I know, I heard you, Professor. I heard you the first time. And watch how many of you get it wrong on the exam. All right? When you buy a bond and the face value is lower, right? The price is lower than the face value. It's known as a discount. Anything above is known as premium. And when it's the same, it is known as par. Does everybody get it?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Professor.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll go over it again. All right, let me continue now. Okay, we did this one. We know what this was. We did one already. Now look at this. Hold on. Let it change. So in this one, right, we want to borrow money. We talked about this before. We want to borrow money, and what we need to do, we need 9 million now, and we're going to pay it back 25 years from now. And it's zero coupon, which means that we're not giving any money out until maturity. We're not giving a dime back until maturity. So what we need to do is calculate the future value of $9 million for 25 years. And it's annual compounded, right? So there's no nothing, just straight up to calculate the future value of 9 million. So N equals 25, IY equals 8%, right? Payment is 0. 9 million is the present value, and compute for future value. And what do you get? It's a large number. Because remember now, you have 9 million. What is it?
Would it be 61,636?
61 million?
Yes, 61,636,000 276 and 77 cents.
Good. Now, again, these numbers that you see here, those are the kind of numbers you're going to be dealing with when you work for a large firm. Now, as I explain, I always like to explain something so you understand this, right? Now, when you're selling this bond, right, you do the same thing. You would figure out what the present value is of it. You know what this is. You know what the future value is. So now at 20, let's say you had it for 2 years. Calculate what the present value is for this amount going out 23 years. And then you know what you have to sell it by. What you have to sell it for. Right? That's why I tell you it would change hands many times. Because a lot of people don't want to be out $9 million for 25 years. Right? One company might have additional funds, another company might have this, that, this. So it's going to change hands many times. It might even come back to you again, the original seller or the original person who bought the bond. Right? Okay. So let's move on. Yes.
So when we say that we want to raise 9 million, why is 9 million the present value? Because we're getting that now?
Right, because it's in the future, right? So I want to know what it's worth now. I've had it for 2 years. How much is it worth at 23? You get it?
I thought we were getting the 9 million now because it's,
No. 9 million. 9 million is the original. I'm Roland Michelle, Professor Michelle is Chase Manhattan Bank. And they want to sell this bond to Citibank. Right? So $9 million, Citibank gives me the money, and I hand Citibank this bond. And this is what it's going to be worth in 25 years. Now, they decide that they're going to hold it for 2 and they're going to sell it. So the way they're going to sell it, if they hold it for 2, is to see, now it's 23 years, right? It's 23 years to go on the bond. So they need to calculate the present value of 23 years of this amount.
So
And then
N
they'll-
would be 23?
Yes. In that situation. Yes. And that's what happens.
But in 23 years, we're gonna be looking
No,
for,
okay, let's do it together. Tell me what it's worth in 23 years. So N equals 23. IY equals 8. Future value 61636,276.77. Compute for present value.
uh, 10,497,600.
Exactly. That's what they would sell it for. That's what they would sell it for to the next. They can't sell it for the same price, right? They got to make something out of it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say now? They will get their money plus interest now. The guys that brought it at first. And then somebody else buys it. And then they'll calculate, if they hold it for 2 years, whatever it is, then it'll be at N equals 21. And then they'll get the present value of that from this amount, and so on. Do you understand, Michelle?
Yeah, sorry, I got cut off, but I get it.
You get the idea? Okay, I can't see what you're saying. Okay. So here, where it says right here, the following table summarizes price of the default zero coupon bonds, right? So let's do it for the first year. We're trying to calculate the IY, right? So we know for year 1, right? We're trying to get the interest amount. So N equals 1. We leave IY alone. We leave payment alone, right? We know that present value is negative 9551 and future value is 100. And what interest do you get for that?
$4.7.
Good. And then we keep going down, right? Same thing. You guys know what to do here. N equals 2. We're trying to calculate for IY. Now, you know when we have present value and future value, one has to be a negative. Present value, you're out the money because you're buying the bond. In the future to get $100. So you're going to invest $91.05 to get $100 back when the bond matures. This is what this is saying. And now we're calculating the interest. So what is the 2-year? Somebody else. Anybody?
We're calculating.
Okay.
$4.80.
4.7,
Which is it? 4.82?
4.80.
4.80,
Zero.
yeah.
80.
4.80.
Okay. What's the next one now for 3 years?
5.
And the 4-year?
$6.92.
6.9?
92.
Or 9.2? Nope, it's not 6.92.
Is it 5.2?
Good. And the last one, 5.76.
5.5.
5.5.
5.5. Yeah.
Okay, and which way is the interest rate? Which way is the yield curve going?
A.
Now, always remember, so the yield curve is upward sloping. So always remember, right? If you're going to hold on to someone's money, right? And you're going to hold on to that person's money for a long period of time, right? They're going to want more interest than you would be paying for someone who you're holding their money only for 1 year, right? You're going to have my money for 5 years. So I'm expecting a high interest rate, right? And always remember too, there's an inverse relationship between price and bond. Interest rate goes one way, price goes the opposite. Price goes the other way, interest rate goes up, right? Price goes down, interest rate goes up, right? Interest rate goes down, price goes up, or the other way around, right? Always remember that. One of the worst things is I used to see students come from these high-end or prestigious schools and they couldn't calculate a bond. They could not calculate a bond. They didn't know how. I don't know how they got past their finance classes. How's that possible? Right? So let's move to the next one. Okay, so here, this is what we're going to be doing, right? Look at this, and it says the yield to maturity is 1,000 with 7.3 coupon rate. Semi-annual coupons and 2 years to maturity is 7.8 APR, right? What is the price of this bond? What is the present value? That's what they're asking you. So I know by doing this, half of 73 is what? What's half of 73?
36.50.
Okay, so that's going to be my payment. I know that. And then what's half of 78?
39.
Okay, so let's do 3.9. 3.9. So here we're going to say right? Here we're going to say this is how it's going to look. We're going to say N equals 4 because it's going to be 4 payments. Right? We're going to split the interest. Right? The interest is 3.90, right? Which is this. The payment is the coupon payment. That never changes. That's going to be half of that, $36.50. And this right here never changes, and that's the future value is 1,000. And then we compute for future value. And you're going to come up with 990. Now you put a whole number. You don't put a negative. You put 990 spot 90. Wait, hold on. What'd you say, Michelle?
Aren't we computing for present value?
Yeah, that's what I just said right here. It's right here.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just because you said future value. I got a little bit confused.
No, I said future value is 1,000. Did I say present future value? I'm sorry. It should be present value here is 990. 90. Right?
Professor, I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, how you come up with this 7.8 half and 7.3 half? I mean, is semi.
Yeah, because it says turn off the mic, please. Because it says semi-annual coupon. And also compounded semi-annually. So it has to be divided by 2.
But Professor, this payment is 36.50. How you come up with 36.50?
What's half of 73? If you have $73, what's half of that?
36.50.
You get it?
But I'm sorry. So you took like 7.3% of $1,000?
That's right. Yeah, 73. We talked about that on this one. This one when we talked about the 5.2, right, of the coupon rate of $1,000. Right, that's what we talked about. Are you confused?
No, now I'm fine. Thank you.
Right. So listen to me. Listen, class. If you have $1,000, right? And I tell you that you're receiving 7% from the bank as your interest rate on this year. That's going to be $70, right? If I tell you receiving 77.3, you know that's $73. However, if you're receiving it semi-annually, you're going to be getting $36.50 every 6 months. This is a little tricky at the beginning, but you will be able to do it as time goes. Right? It's a little tricky at the beginning, but you will be able to do it. We have to go over it a few times. You know how it is. We've been through this before. You'll get it. But you're not going to get it like boom, right? Like overnight. That's not how it works. So I believe the answer was 990.90. So in your calculator, you're going to say N because it's 2 years. right? And we're calculating for the price, right? So we're going to say N equals 4 because it's going to be 4 payments. This bond is only 2 years, right? N equals 4, right? IY equals 3.9, right? Payment is going to equal 3650, which is half of the which is half of 73, right? When this is converted into dollars, when you say 7.3 times 1,000, right? And then future value we know is 1,000. And then we compute for present value. So it's going to look something like this. Try this on your own, what we just did before. Same exact, now you're solving for IY. Try this on your own. Now you're solving for IY. Same situation as before, but we're solving for IY.
Is it 4.57?
That's what you came up with?
I mean, I might be wrong, but yeah.
No, is that what you came up? That's what you came up with?
Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah.
All
Is
right.
it 8.09?
What did you get?
8.09?
Mm,
I got 3.88.
okay. Okay, let's do this together. This is good. This is good. This is good. Okay. So if it's 10 years semi-annual, what does N equal to?
20.
Okay.
20.
Right. Okay. So we're good there. If the payment is 86, what's half of 86?
43.
Okay, so that would be payment. Now you leave IY alone. Present value is what?
1034.66.
That's right. So that's negative. Right?
4.40 then.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna go here. Hold on. Now, future value is what? What never
1,000?
changes. Exactly.
1,000.
Okay. Now compute for IY.
So would it be 4.04?
That's what you got?
That's what I got.
Times 2.
So it would be 8.09.
That's what I got, 8.09.
Okay. So let me explain that. Okay, let me explain that. What happened is, what this is saying is that they want you to give them the express APR with semi-annual compounding. When something compounds, it's on top of. So you have the semi-annual, but it's compounding. So you have to double it. Right? You got to double this. 4.044 times 2. Right? This is the future value of the bond that never changes. This is the price of the bond that changes if interest rates are going up or down. That changes, right? So this is a negative number. You remember, same concept. You can't have a negative number. You can't have present value and future value going in the same direction, right? This is what I'm paying for it. So I'm out of this money. This is what I'm receiving at the end, and this is what I receive every 6 months, right? I'm going to receive 20 of those for 10 years, and every 6 months I'll get this $43. But what they're asking me is to calculate this amount, semi-annual. Now, the next question is, if the bond yield to maturity changed to 9.5, what would be the bond price? Okay, now try that. Keep in mind, I just got this. I'm trying to calculate this now. So go get busy, please.
I got 8.97.
I
No,
got
that's not right.
955.06.
What did you get?
955.06.
Nope.
Is it 942.71?
Yep. Okay. So everything changed, right? Except for we don't know what the price is. The interest rate went up. So which means the price is going to be lower, right? Inverse relationship, right? The interest rate we had before was 8.9. Now it's 9.5. So we know that the price is going to be going down. So what we had to do, now let's show it with the calculator. This is what happens, right? This 9.5 becomes 4.75, right? Because that's half. Everything stays the same. Payment is 43, future value is 1,000, then we calculate for present value. And it's 942.71. Right? Inverse relationship. Inverse relationship. If the bond price is high, interest is low. If the interest is high, bond price is low. Inverse. I'm getting a lot of silence and I don't like it. It means a lot of people are not getting it. Okay. When you're calculating the interest for semi-annual, right? You always use half, right? This one is asking you what the interest is for the year, not what it is semi-annually. It's saying here, expressed as an APR with semi-annual compounding. It's asking you what it is for the year. But you need to do this, then double it. It says, does the bond yields to maturity expressed as an APR with semi-annual compounding is year to maturity, 0.44 times 2 is 8.09. Right? This never changes, guys. This right here, this coupon payment and this future value or face value, that never, ever changes on a bond. Never, ever. That stays the same throughout the life of the bond. Right? This one, it says, what would happen, right, what would happen if the yield to maturity changes to 9.5? The minute I see that, I know that the bond price is going to be lower than it is here. Because I know there's an inverse relationship. If I'm getting a higher interest rate, I know that the price is going to be lower than this. So I'm going to say 20, and I'm going to divide this by 2. So I get 4.75. This and this never changes. And then I compute for present value. What was the question? Someone had a question.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to ask about why we multiply the 4% by 2.
I can't hear you, Michelle.
Because you said it's because of compounding. I just want to know why we multiply the 4%.
By 2? Is that what you're asking me, this one right here? Why we're multiplying it by 2? Is that what your question is?
Yeah, because you said it was because of compounding.
Right. So we're going to say express as an APR with semi-annual compounding. So we know that you're going to get twice that amount for the year. That's what it's asking you. How much interest do you get for the year? And it's 2 times 4.044% times 2. That's what this is saying. Oh man, my God.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
That's what it means. When you're doing the homework, I had someone call me once and told me that I showed them how to do this the wrong way because they keep coming up with 4.44 and they know they put everything right. And it should be, I don't know what he told me, but whatever it was, I said, you got to multiply it. And I said, oh my God, I thought it was this and that. No, you have to multiply it by 2. Right? That's what you have to do. All right. Okay. Take over. Anybody.
So, n would be 5.
That's right.
The future value would be 1,000.
You're skipping now. You went from, you got to do it in sequence. But go ahead. I'll
Oh, my
accept
bad.
that. Go on.
So the so n is 5. The IY is, we don't know yet. The
No, you
present
have the
value is
IY.
900.
You have the IY. The IY is right here.
Isn't the yield to maturity?
Oh, you have the IY. Yield to maturity.
Got it.
That's the IY.
Got it. Okay. So that's IY. The present value is 932 cents negative. The whatever the future value is 1,000, and you're looking for the payment.
That's right. That's right. If you know the payment, you know the coupon. And what's the payment?
Hold on, just getting it right. For the payment, I got 35 and 40 cents. Oh,
35?
35.401.
35 point.
401.
See if this works. Okay. So that's it. So let's look at it right here. And then we'll say 35.40 divided by 1,000. And then we convert that. But I know I don't need to do that. All I know is I know that 3 point, this right here, common sense would tell me, I don't mean to sound, and I know it as 3.54% of $1,000 is $35.40. Good. Good, Michelle. Good. And what we're doing here, whether the bond is $100 million bond or $500 million bond or $300 million, whatever amount it is, what we're doing here is the way you calculate the rate. What we've done before is the same way you calculate the semi-annual. There aren't any secret formulas. The formulas that we're using is what is being used on Wall Street. That's it. That's it. There's no, this is a secret formula. No, this is it. Same thing I showed you about the car lease. Same thing I showed you about the mortgages. Same thing I showed you about the car payments. That's it. There are no other ways of calculating it. That's it. You know, you go into, you want to see if you're really right about car payments and car notes, right? Go in where it says calculate your lease amount, and you do it the same thing with the calculator, what I showed you and what we've learned, right? And you will see it comes out to the same thing. Same thing with the bond, same thing with the mortgages, same thing. That's it. There are no secret formulas. All right, let's look at this. Hold on, I just blacked out for a second. Okay, so let's move on. We did that. Okay. Take over. Anybody, take over.
Can I try again?
Absolutely.
So N would be, this is an annual, so N would be 10.
That's right.
IY would be 7.1.
No, IY is not 7.1.
Sorry, wait, it will be 5.6.
That's right.
And then the present value would be
You skipped a step.
what we're trying to get. The payment is 7.1% times the 1,000.
Right? Which is what?
71.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
The future value 1,000, and then
And
I'll get the present value. My bad. For present value, I got 1,112 and 52 cents.
1,000. How many cents?
52.
Good. Now, I know that's right because the interest rate is higher than the coupon rate. And I know that that's just me knowing, right? And I know that it's going to, since it has a low interest rate, what would that mean about the price?
It's sold at a
It
premium.
was sold at a premium.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
So if the interest rate is lower than the coupon rate, it was sold at a premium.
Yeah, something like that. But you know what? I want don't go it like that. Go through the steps, right, before you start taking shortcuts. Go through the steps. Now, here's one for you. Okay. Now, one of the things that that people always want to know is what attracts them to a bond, right? What makes you want to buy this bond? Now, if I'm going to buy treasuries, right? It's like this bond right here. The coupon rate is 1.6. If I'm going to buy treasuries, right, with an aggregate coupon 1.6, right, and I want some kind of an attraction. What's going to attract me to make me buy it, right? So the credit spread, right, is what brings me to not buy the treasury because I know I'm going to get more, even though the A rating is good, but it's not as good as the treasury, right? I have to have something that attracts me, that brings me over and say, okay, buy this, you're going to get a higher yield. Now, here, I'm going to add the basis point to this coupon rate, so I can get my yield to maturity, right? I'm going to add this basis point because that's what's going to attract me to buy this bond. Do you understand that? Or else I'll just go and buy this bond. But they have to offer me a little bit more. So the spread between, the difference between what I'm offering and what Treasury is offering is 0.89 basis point. 0.89, almost a whole percent, which is a lot if we're dealing with a huge amount of money. So this is for 5 years, right? So now I've calculated my number of periods, and now I need my IY, which is my rate of return, right? Which is prevailing interest rate, is my risk-free rate. Risk-free is like a bond rate, right? The treasuries, that's what they're offering, 1.6. And then the 0.89 is what I'm giving for people who buy my bond on top of what the treasury is offering. Because that's the only way I can, if I'm offering the same rate, what would they want to come to me for? Because it's a risk. There's a little risk involved because I'm not the American government. The American government can issue bonds and treasuries, right? They call it risk-free rate, right? Because they know that they can pay it back, right? The United States has never defaulted on a loan. Has never defaulted on a loan. By that, I mean, as far as like the treasuries are concerned, the American government, right? They never defaulted on a loan. So in order for me to make this more attractive, I'm going to add 89 basis points to it. 1 basis point, right? 1% equals 100 basis points, right? So this is 0.89. Now imagine this was $1 billion, right? We had made a bond for, and we gave 0.89. See how much money that comes out to, right? That much, 0.89, which is like 0.89%, right? This is not a full percent, but just think how much that is times $1 billion, right? You're talking about a substantial amount of money, right? So this is what the attraction is. Once I see this, I say, oh man, they're doing better than treasuries. Look how much I'm getting. So I'm getting together 2.49. But keep in mind, even though I'm A-rated, but I'm riskier. This is what the chance is that you're taking. I'm riskier, right? So we're going to say N equals, right, this coupon rate plus this basis point. So you're going to add them together. 1.6 plus 0.89 equals 2.49. That's going to be my IY. The number of periods is going to be 5 years, right? Annual. 6.3% of $1,000, right? I know they gave me the nomination, right? Is $63.
Professor, how to get 1,000? Where it's written 1,000?
We're assuming that it's 1,000. Usually it's 1,000. Okay, you're going to see that on all of them here. It's going to be 1,000, right? Except for the other one with the 9 million. Other than that, the future value is 1,000, right? And I see already that this interest rate is very low. So that means that I'm going to be paying a high price, a premium price, right? So 5 is N. IY is my risk-free plus my credit spread. The payment is $63 on coupon rate. And then my future value is 1,000. This never changes. And then I compute for present value. Give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Okay, as I was saying before, so we know that n equals 5, and then the IY is the risk-free plus the credit spread. The payment, right, we know is the coupon rate, which is $63, which is 6.3% of 1,000. And then the forward value, future value is 1,000. And then we compute for present value. And then we come out. Now, we don't put negative. We put a whole number. Okay? And that's it. Now, so I wanted to,
Professor, I have a question. The 2.49, how do I do that in my calculator? Because I can't, if I put the
So you're
1.6.
going to put 0.89 plus 1.6.
Yeah, I'm not getting that. And I'm doing it on two calculators, the professional and the analyst. So if I put 0.89 plus 1.6. Oh, I got it. Okay. Thank you.
You're scaring me. I got scared now. I said, what happened? What did I do wrong? Okay. No, it's 2.49. Right. And then that's what you put in as your IY. Now, let me explain something. 117706. Do not, when you're doing these things, when you're doing these calculations, I have to be specific about it, right? Think between annual and semi-annual, right? When it's semi-annual, you see 10, it's 20. When it's semi-annual, when it's annual, 10 is 10, right? There are no breaking ups in annual, straight up, right? So when I say straight up, meaning the annual here is coupon rate is $71, right? The yield to maturity is 5.6, right? And the number of years is 10. And of course, the face value never changes, right? And then we compute for present value to get the price, right? I don't even want to look at this right now. Now, on this one, we say what if we know the coupon payment, we know the coupon rate. If something is paying $35.40, we know that the coupon rate was 3.54 of $1,000. Right? We know that. We know from our experience, right? We know if it's 35.40, if it was 39, it'd be 3.9. If it was 40, it'd be 4.0. If it was 50, it'd be 5.0, and so on, right? That's what this is saying. You know, a little math, right? To $1,000. And on this one, we know that says semi-annual. When we see semi-annual, whenever we see semi-annual, what we mean is we divide coupon and APR in half. However, the bond price and the future value never changes. The bond, I'm sorry, in this situation right here, it's given to you. So it stays the same. But this amount and this amount never changes. Always remember that. Right? The coupon payment and the future value or forward value or future value or face value, whichever one you look at, that doesn't change. And we got to drill that in. So when we're taking the exam, we're comfortable. We get it. We're comfortable. Oh no, I know what that is. The minute you see it. And take your time. You're at ease. You're driving with ease because you've driven this road. You've done this before. Right? No shortcuts. Right? Here we see semi-annual. Already, I know already. Says 2 years. So 2 means 4 as far as my calculation is concerned. Right off the bat. Right off the bat. If it was 10, I know it's 20. If it was 30, I know it's 60 because it's semi-annual. How many times? Right? How many 6 months are in 60 years? 120, right? And so on. And we talked about this, right? This is calculating for IY. This is calculating for IY. And a lot of people mess this up, right? Because they're not paying attention to what they're picking up. And they'll pick up a wrong amount. They'll pick up 886 spot 32 or 48, whatever it is. Just pay attention to what you're doing. All right. I have assigned the homework for chapter, is it 6? Yeah, chapter 6. And you will see it, and it's due on Thursday. And that's it. And we'll go over it again, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. All right, have a great evening.
Have a good night, Professor.
All right, take care.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night,
Bye-bye.
Professor.
Take care.
Have a good one, Professor.
All right.